my name is Eric and I'm going to teach you about ground type. So, ground types are just Pokemon that are like ground, like...
Soil.
Yeah. So, its weakness...
What does it look like?
I think it looks like ground. Like
Okay.
that. The weakness is grass, water and ice. I think grass because like you can plant it, and water you can moisture, and ice freeze.
Okay, last week we talked about grass.
Yeah.
Grass, the weakness, is it weakness to
It's
grass?
super effective against grass.
I see. Okay. Super effective and weakness are like in pairs, right?
Yeah, like I say, like grass is super effective against ground. Is the same as saying ground is weakness to grass. Its resistance is rock and poison. Rock, I think it can carry rock, and I don't know why poison, because maybe you can pour poison and it doesn't affect. And it's immune to electric. I think electric because you can't really, electric can't do any damage to ground. So this is ground, is not a lot here, and it's super effective. It's super effective against rock, steel, poison, electric, and fire. This is a lot, and it's super effective against steel, so that's very powerful. It has 5 super effective. So when you're building a Pokemon team, it's very easy to catch the ground weakness. And it is not very effective. And not very effective against grass and bug. And it has no effect on flying. It has no effect on flying because it flies, that doesn't really need explanation. And like always, every Pokemon has a weakness. It's not like if a Pokemon is weakness to a specific type, then it's bad, because every Pokemon has weaknesses and resistance. Like this, you can see it's very powerful, and these 2 types are one of the most weakest types, and ground is not very effective against them. Steel is the strongest type in the game, but these 2 are the most weakest type in the game, and the ground is not very effective and super effective against that. So sometimes you might have needed one of those types, because like ground is not very effective with those. Like every type has a weakness, and grass is a good one for ground. Ground is in 3rd place for the most highest defense average, and 89 ground Pokemon right now. I'm gonna show you steel and ground. One steel ground Pokemon is Steelix. Steelix is basically a kind of snake made out of rocks, which is made out of steel. Okay, and so steel is...
That's my hard drive, don't worry about that.
So steel is resistance to grass and ice. So both of those go there. Like if it's one is weakness, one type is resisted, then it becomes neutral. Steel is weakness to fire, but ground doesn't resist fire, so we put it here. If ground was resisted by fire, it will be here, and we rub that off, and then we put it there. So steel is also weakness to fighting and ground. Both of those types are not resisted by ground, so we put them both there. The steel and ground type is is weakness to ground. Ground is one of those types that is not resisted by each other. So if you see steel and ground type, is weakness to ground. And steel is resistant to normal. We put that there. Resistant to flying. Steel is resistant to psychic. Also resisted bug, fairy, dragon, and steel. That's all it is resistant to. Steel has a lot of resistances, so that makes it a good dual type to pair up with, which can cover a lot of weaknesses. And also, steel is immune to poison, so we put that there. So this is what steel and ground looks like. So there's also this ability, levitate. There's also, in Pokemon, there's abilities which like, for example, the levitate ability makes it immune to ground. So if a Pokemon had levitate, then it'll be immune to ground. Immune, in case you've forgotten, immune means you're able to like avoid the attack and like resist the damage, and it'll always become 0 damage. If I said, oh, I'm immune to you, if you attack me, then it will do 0 damage. No matter what you did, it will do 0 damage. Like, let's say Earthquake to move. With a Pokemon with levitate, it'll do 0 damage.
So does that have a concept of the Pokemon dying and respawn thing if it takes too much damage?
If a Pokemon died, then like has been fainted, you can send out another Pokemon. It's like you can send out one Pokemon at a time, not like many at once. The maximum you can carry is 6 Pokemon in your party. It's called party, which is basically your Pokemon team. Your Pokemon team is called your party. And if a Pokemon has fainted, you can send out another Pokemon. And also, there's different things you can do in a battle. You can fight, you can switch out to another Pokemon, you can heal a Pokemon by using an item from your bag, and that's basically it. Sometimes you can run away from a battle. For like a wild Pokemon, you just run away. And from your bag you have potions which heal like a specific amount. Like potion, I think it does 20, super potion 60, and hyper potion 120. And there's also antidote which can heal poisoning. There's ice heal which can heal freezing. Like if you're frozen, if one of your Pokemon is frozen, then you can use an ice heal and then you'll fall out. And also there's this item revive, which you can put on a Pokemon and a fainted Pokemon, and then it will respawn. But it wouldn't go to max health, it will be like half. And there's also max revive, which you can put on a Pokemon and then it will restore to full health. There's also this move I think it's introduced in Gen 9, which is a new gen, which I think is like, there's this Pokemon called Houndstone, which is a ghost dog, and it has this move which is called Last Respect, and it does the amount of damage depending on how much Pokemon of your party has died, has been fated. So let's say 0 Pokemon have been fated, then it will do 50 damage, and if all 5 Pokemon, the maximum is 5 Pokemon has been fainted, because the maximum is 6 and Houndstone can't be fainted to use the move. So the maximum is 5, and which will do, and if all of your Pokemon has been fainted except from Houndstone, then you use Last Respect, then you'll do 300 damage. So what have you learned today?
The ground type, the last type. So we cover all the types. So what's next?
I think I'm going to talk about the Mega Evolutions.
What's it about?
it's about evolutions. Pokemon can evolve. Pokemon can evolve into another Pokemon, and then it can evolve again. And then sometimes there's a Pokemon which can't evolve, and sometimes there's a Pokemon with only 2 evolutions, and sometimes with 3, and sometimes with a different choice, like depending, like let's say Eevee has 8 different evolutions. It can evolve to any of them.
I see.
And to evolve it, you have to do a specific thing, like level up to, like, let's say 40. I don't know. Use a stone, maybe level up 30 nighttime. Maybe trade. Maybe stones, evolutionary stones.
Okay, good. Okay, so looking forward to it. I saw you meant that the biology evolution would come from monkeys. Okay. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.